Can we make it 3 winning weeks in a row? It's time for Monday Night Football. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more pigskin. That's right. What a crazy week 6 in the NFL. It was just a ho-hum break-even day after 2 huge weeks. It was just, we caught some rough breaks, but you know what? If a bad weekend is just breaking even, we'll take it, but we can still make it a winning week for the third in a row if we hit these Monday night bets. So we'll go over more on that in the recap, but we have 2 outlier giveaways to give out. Like I mentioned in the last video, you get 1 free month to 2 people, and here they are, at Sandy89120 and at MagicBullet912. Congratulations on winning the free month of Outlier. The best way to probably reach out and get that is to reach out on Discord and private message me or something, or on X as well. You can private message me. So we'll get you that free month. But thank you guys. If you guys want to be a part of Outlier, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's so good. It's so helpful. It's a one-stop shop for your betting research. You guys know how it works. Saves you a ton of time. Click that link below and you guys can all just get a free trial. 7-day free trial. Try it out. See if you like it. So that's Outlier. Now, quick reminder, MLB Best Bets video. That's right, we're back with some baseball for the 2 MLB playoff games on Monday that will be out after this video, so be sure to check it out. Let's get into it, and that means it's fun fact time. So here we go. In 2010, Brett Favre became the only active NFL player to be a grandfather. How about that fact, huh? It's still true today. He's the only active player that was in the NFL that was also a grandfather. Such a stupid, pointless fact, but maybe you can bring it up to your friends one time. In this video, we're going to recap week 6, and then we're going to preview and give our 2 best bets for the Bills at Jets, and we'll finish it with the recap. Short and simple. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below like you guys do every single day. It's really helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I think we can hit 30,000 subscribers this week. Saying it out loud just doesn't even make sense to me. It's insane. We're a little over 2 years on the channel. This has been a fun journey, fun ride. I appreciate it. It's fun talking sports with you guys every single day. But let's get started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, the huge Week 6 bets recap. As you can see, there's a question mark next to Jamar Chase because it's around halftime as we're recording this, so we do not know if he has a touchdown. But let's go back over the game bets. Again, I just can't catch a break. I can't get a 2-in-1 week on those. Over 46.5, just the easiest win ever. Carolina overs continue to cash. Under 36, Chargers, Denver. Again, we get screwed by prevent defense. That's right. We should at least had a push. Just a ton of fourth quarter points out of nowhere. Chargers were playing a little bit soft in the last few minutes, and they scored another one, but it was just brutal. It was close, but not quite there. Houston team total under 23.5. What an idiot. That was a terrible read. They scored 41. I have nothing else to say other than that was a terrible read, and the Patriots defense absolutely sucks. Player props. Jacob, you guys know, Jacobs over 66.5 rush yards. It happens if it's not a blowout. That's right. In the NFL, we are losing bets due to blowouts. He was right. I think he was like 3 yards short, and they just put a beat down on the Cardinals. Didn't play a lot in the fourth quarter. It was rough. And then Chuba Hubbard over 62.5 continues to cash. He's the man. Zay Flowers was the best bet of the entire weekend. I wish I just laddered him all the way up. He was over this by the second drive of the game. He was an absolute beast against the Commanders. Easy win. And then Tolbert over 44.5. Dak Prescott sucks. Let's just face it. All he did was stare down CeeDee Lamb, even if he was double covered, and didn't get anybody else involved. And they got absolutely blown out, and he didn't play the last couple drives. But again, he fell a couple yards short. I mean, we're talking a total of like, well, you'll see. Jameer Gibbs over 58.5. He got the job done in the fourth quarter. Only 12 carries. Why? Because we had another blowout, a 3-point spread, and the Lions blew him out by 182. The ladder parlay, yet again, loses by 7 yards. I know these are tough. It's plus 443 and all that. But we've had 4 of them, and out of all 4 of them, that's 8 players. All 8 players have gone over their single lines, but we have come up oh so short on 3 of the 4, with 1 being a winner. But man, oh man, Gibbs just didn't get the ball much in the fourth quarter. He didn't need to because they were, again, blowing them out of the water. So 7 yards short, but you know what? It is what it is. Still won some money on the player props and ladder, but I mean, we're talking a total, I think, of like 14 yards away from just absolutely sweeping the board, including the ladder parlay. That's how close it was. So I like my reads. I can't complain there. But then the anytime touchdowns, Bucky Irving touchdown, check. Tony Pollard, check. Jamar Chase, can he get us to 3-0 on the anytime touchdowns? That game is absolutely ugly so far on Sunday Night Football. But hopefully he can get us to 3-0. But record so far, 6-5 on the week 6. down 0.07. That's right. We are practically break even. We need these Monday Night Football bets to hit so we can make it 3 winning weekends in a row for the week or for the NFL. So that's page 1. Now let's go to page 2. There's a breakdown: game bets, player props, anytime touchdowns, ladder parlays, and then trends parlay did not hit again. We lose by 1 leg, but you know what? That's the motto of parlays. So it's just that's why we don't do a lot of parlays. But the under in the Falcons Buccaneers was not even close. The other two did hit though. But there it is. There's a breakdown: 50 and 44, up 3.41 units, just a ho hum weekend. But we move on, and I think I know we can improve off a ho hum weekend. That's for sure. But that's what we got for the NFL recap for Week 6, and now it's time to talk some Monday Night Football. All right, we head out to New Jersey, where the New York Jets host the Buffalo Bills. Bills -1. Total in this game is 41. Let's talk some numbers, trends, things like that, injuries before we get into our best bets. The Bills have gone under in 15 of their last 19 road games. That's pretty incredible. And now 38 teams have fired their head coach in season since 2003, like the Jets just did. Those teams in the next week, 22 and 16 against the spread, 17 and 21 straight up. Not sure that really tells you much, but Bills have scored 20 total points in the last 2 weeks. It's been ugly. This is now Buffalo's 3rd straight road game, which is a very tough scheduling spot. Jets, this will be obviously their first game after firing Robert Saleh, and they're also coming off a London game last week, so a lot going on there. And now let's talk injuries. Bills, James Cook is trending towards playing last I checked, but he is questionable. Khalil Shakir is questionable. I don't think he plays. I don't think he's practiced in like 2 weeks. And then D tackle Ed Oliver is out. Jets, Tyler Conklin is questionable. Linebacker CJ Mosley questionable. A DB Michael Carter out. And offensive tackle Morgan Moses is questionable. That's what I got for you. I got 2 bets that I actually really like. And I'm not saying I don't ever like them, but on primetime, it's sometimes hard to find some bets. And here's the deal, guys. We got 2 quarterback props, and we have 2 under props. That's right. Let's get after it. First one, Aaron Rodgers' longest completion under 32.5 yards at -115 on DraftKings. This line doesn't make sense to me. These can be risky plays, obviously. It just takes one play. It takes one broken tackle, and someone goes deep. But let's just talk about this so far. Aaron Rodgers this season has not completed a pass for longer than 27 yards since week 1. That's right. Lots of dink and dunk if you watch the Jets play. He's only averaging 6 yards per attempt. That's 30th in the NFL. He's not a guy who likes to go deep, and he also doesn't like to get hit anymore. That's why he gets rid of the ball quick. Only one Jets wide receiver even has an ADOT of over 10 yards. That's average depth of target. We are not seeing a ton of receivers just going deep or anything. That's Mike Williams at around 13. But Downing will now be calling the plays. No longer will it be Nathaniel Hackett. If you don't know anything about Downing, let me tell you, he's known for running the ball when he was in Tennessee. And Nathaniel Hackett, when he was offensive coordinator of the Jets up until now, he ran the ball to 3rd lowest rate in the NFL. So down to the heavy run guy, I expect them to run the ball more, which also helps us, obviously, if Aaron Rodgers is going to throw less. And honestly, it's going to be hard to throw in this game in general. But so I'm expecting more runs. The Bills defense have only given up 1 pass over 32.5 yards all season. And that's it. So we got Rodgers, who hasn't thrown one since week 1, and we got the Bills defense, who hasn't given up one. I don't usually bet too many of these, but when you got the Bills defense, they like to play too high safety. They don't want to get beat deep. So I just absolutely love this matchup. Give me Rodgers under 32.5 yards, longest completion. The second one, Josh Allen under 205.5 passing yards. I gave this out at 207.5 on the Discord, but by the time we recorded the video, I saw it went down to 205.5, so we are changing it to that. -115. This is on Bet365. The number is all over the place. I've seen like mid 190s on some sports books, 205.5 on a couple. It's kind of crazy. But for this one, let's take a look at Outlier here and see what we got going on. So as you can see, Allen, he is under this in 3 of 5 games this season. So the only overs are against Jacksonville and Arizona. If you don't know, those 2 teams are horrendous defensively, especially against the pass. His 3 unders, they weren't just barely under, guys. Josh Allen has had 3 games of 180 yards or less passing this year. He's only averaging 190 passing yards per game. We have a guy averaging 190 passing yards per game. He doesn't make many big splash plays. Like I said, Shakir might even be out there, number 1 receiver. And then looky at this matchup over there on the right versus QBs. The hardest matchup in the NFL. We don't really need Outlier to tell us that, because if you watch football, you know the Jets pass defense is legit. They have allowed the fewest passing yards in the NFL, and for some reason they think Josh Allen is going to get about 20 yards over his average, what he's been getting without his number 1 receiver. Doesn't really make sense. So on top of all that, his number one wide receiver, Shakir, he's doubtful, like I mentioned. James Cook is questionable. That's a big part, too. He is a part of that passing game. But QBs against the Jets this season, this is crazy. Sam Darnold, 179 yards, well under. Jacoby Brissett, no, he's not good, but still 98 yards. Bo Nix, no, he's not good yet. 60 yards. It doesn't matter if he's good or not. 60 yards is ridiculous. Will Levis, 192 yards, held him under. The only person they've allowed to go over this line right here is Brock Purdy in week 1, 239 yards. But let me just say something about that one. Brock Purdy, that is his lowest passing yards of the entire season, 239. He has gone well over that every single game. So Josh Allen is only averaging 7.2 yards per attempt. So a little bit better than Rodgers, but it's still not good. That's 18th in the league. We have a low 41-point total here for a reason. If we can just keep a game competitive and the Jets aren't blowing them out or anything, I guess a blowout might not be bad, but we don't really want the Bills playing from behind and throwing even more and more. But still, either way, guys, this Jets pass defense just does not give up any yards. Josh Allen does not throw very deep, is not a guy who gets a ton of passing yards. So I love Josh Allen under 205.5 passing yards, if I can talk, as my second best bet. Along with that, Aaron Rodgers under 32.5 yards, longest completion. If you like unders, then this is the game. Finally, we got 2 unders. So that's what I got for Monday Night Football. And now let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 2 best bets. Both are half-unit plays for Monday Night Football and 2 quarterback unders. Aaron Rodgers under 32.5 yards, longest completion, -115 on DK. And then Joshua Tree Allen under 205.5 passing yards, -115 on Bet365, another half-unit play. Let's get some winners. I know, what's more fun than 2 unders on Monday Night Football? But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Just a reminder, MLB video will be out shortly. Hope everyone has a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.